Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Fatihah binti Omar. My metric number 1191363. Today our group will present about case study. The introduction of this article is the capacity of an organization to fulfill its goals and objectives is referred to as organizational performance. Organizational success is determined by both financial and non-financial performance. The Takaful business deals with Islamic management of organizations from a knowledge standpoint. There is an Islamic foundation to knowledge and results in applications that are compatible with Islamic principles and practice. In Malaysia, Islamic leadership is practiced by its leaders and organization function well.
The problem statement of this article are Malaysia's takaful industry faces challenge financially and non-financially. However, there are some areas of research yet to be investigated, like the quality of Islamic leadership, which may have an impact on takaful operators' organizational performance. Takaful demand is increasing, putting a strain on the supply of high-quality leaders. This issue is affecting the takaful industry as well as the momentum that will propel the industry into the future. To succeed in the takaful industry, Muslim leaders from around the world must have excellent Islamic leadership skill in order to compete in a competitive market. Leaders who are incompetent in an organization must be willing to upgrade their skills in today's demanding and dynamic leadership requirement. It is significant because the takaful industry deals with organization Islamic management from the standpoint of knowledge acquired. It discovers the Islamic foundation of knowledge as well as outcome in application that are consistent with Islamic belief and practice.
For our research methodology, we will use 4 methods, which is research design, population and sample, data collection, and data analysis. First, research design. For research design, we will use qualitative approach, which it will focus on multiple case studies. Second, population and sample. For population and sample, this research will be focused on data collection about individuals, groups, organizations, movements, institutions, and countries. And the organization will be the unit of analysis in this study. Third, data collection. For data collection, we will apply a semi-structured interview process along with observation and document analysis. And the last, data analysis. For data analysis, we will use software program, which is the AUA3012 version 7, to analyze the data from the interviews. By using this software, it puts the researcher right in the middle of the data, allowing for rich and detailed exploration and discovery.
The findings and the discussion in this article are: the study's findings are expected to demonstrate the importance of Islamic leadership quality in organizational performance. By examining the quality of Islamic leadership and organizational performance, this study contributes to Islamic leadership theory. Furthermore, this study has added to the existing literature on leadership by emphasizing the quality of Islamic leadership and investigating the effect of truthfulness, which is al-sidq, trust, amanah, knowledge, fatonah, and communication tabligh, based on Al-Quran and Hadith on performance as a new concept for the management discipline. This could improve academics' understanding of the characteristics of Islamic leadership in terms of improving organizational performance. The study's practical aspect outcome is a focus on management and leadership within organizations. Islamic leadership qualities should be adopted by leaders in order to improve organizational performance. The study will also confirm that the presence of high-quality Islamic leadership has an impact on organizational performance. The organizational performance will contribute to higher job satisfaction, lower employee turnover, increased productivity, and good decision-making. It also has an impact on the internal social structures of the entire organization and increase efficiency.
Lastly, conclusion. Organizations must concentrate on their leadership in order to stay in business and function successfully. Given the financial services industry is significant to Malaysia's economic development, as well as the expansion in banking and Islamic investment, including insurance or takaful. The management of organizations involved in this sector must pay more attention to the quality of Islamic leadership. Given that Malaysia is the world's third largest takaful market, greater emphasis should be placed on improving the industry performance. As a result, takaful operators must recognize the significance of Islamic leadership traits as a predictor of organizational success.
The introduction of this article is in the 1990s and 2000s, managers of management began writing works on Islamic management. Many maintained the traditional management structure while adding insight from the Quran and Sunnah. Religion is real guidance, according to Jabetnon, yet the narrative does not explain its meaning.
The problem statement of this article are the goal of these Islamic management books was to challenge the secular ideology that underpins much of conventional management and to present an Islamic alternative. Many Islamic management books maintain the conventional management framework of planning, organizing, leading and controlling, but added insight from the Quran and the Sunnah. However, the most references are from the Quran alone, with no real explanation of what the ayah are supposed to mean. There are very few narrations. When they are presented, they are in very simplified form. Since 2004, the author has been researching and teaching Islamic management. He has shared Quranic insight with Muslim executives for the past few years. Now he focuses on assisting Islamic management students and practitioners in better understanding the Sunnah and how to apply it to management principles.
For our research methodology, we developed a framework to promote Islamic management using an action research approach. By using this inductive process, it allows educators to identify a problem and go through various cycles to improve learning outcomes.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Next is data analysis. To analyze the data, the author took a course in which he assigned students to reflect on the 40 hadiths. A number of classroom sessions were spent to clarifying some of the narrations, and online resources were identified. The author distributed a draft of his work to his students through Zoom and WhatsApp. They were instructed to read the paper, conduct some basic research, and incorporate their findings into the tasks they were required to submit. The author ensures that they will comprehend them through class discussions and presentations. Students are then separated into groups of 3 and instructed to survey friends and family to identify 3 obstacles that people encounter at work in the light of these narrations, and lastly, they are asked to report their findings. Thank you.
Findings and the discussion in this article are: Muslim management scholars have always recognized the significance of the Sunnah. The issue is the narration without a detailed explanation is useless. It can indeed be deceptive. Some authors do provide in-depth explanation. For example, cite one narration: richness is not having numerous belongings, but abundance is being content with oneself. And did write 40 pages to clarify its importance. It is very much the exception rather than the rule. It would be a huge step forward if Muslim management writers will indeed quote narrations and provide relevant explanations. The author believes that Muslim management writers must rely on an Islamic management model. To guide their research, the author is currently using the prophetic leadership model. The first is concerned with internalizing the values of the Quran and Sunnah. For Quranic core values, Iman, Islam, Ihsan, and Taqwa. These values are more than just declarations of intent. HR managers can use them in the future to survey employees and learn how managers try comparing these values. The second is concerned with dealing with change. The third is concerned with dealing with people. The narration that said, the din is nasiha is very pertinent here. The next step is to hold effective meetings.
So the conclusion is Islamic management students were given the complete 40 hadiths to deliberate on in the first cycle. 7 narrations were retrieved in the second cycle and additional attention was placed on describing these narrations. Various workers from different companies will operationalize these narratives based on the facts of their own organization. So that's all from our group. Thank you.